Hi, Tony here from Auburn South Chiropractic. I've got a big one for you today. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about how our lifestyles have changed in the last, let's just even say 100 years. We've got modern farming practices, we've got the technological revolution. Are we living more or less like we are genetically designed to live? Now, I'll take the leap and say that we are genetically designed to be hunter-gatherers, to be out there fending for ourselves, finding food, foraging for our food and our livelihood, making things, building things, using our bodies a lot to just simply survive and then, of course, thrive. Now, I'm just rereading this wonderful book by Dr. Chestnut, the wellness prevention paradigm, and in particular a chapter 2 which is called Humans, Wild Animals in Captivity, and it's super thought-provoking, and I want to share two stories with you. If you can imagine taking a wild animal, let's say out of Africa, let's use the giraffe as an example. If you took a giraffe out of Africa, where it's genetically designed to live and thrive, and you brought it to Australia and you put it inside a zoo. Now, I'll even be generous and say an open range zoo, yet it still has restrictions on where it can go, what it can eat, and who it can surround itself with. Now, the question is, would this giraffe be more healthy because of this move or less healthy? Now, I'm sure that you would answer less healthy. And the question is why? Well, it's not hard to realize that that giraffe has gone from somewhere that it's genetically designed to roam free and live how it's meant to come to an artificial place where it's got restrictions on how it can eat, move, and think. And so that is going to have a detrimental effect on the giraffe. And if we then looked at that giraffe and said, wow, it's starting to get obese, depressed, lowered fertility, aggressive, all sorts of behavior changes would happen, we're not going to look at its genes or its genetic makeup and say, I wonder what's changed with its genes. Now, long story short, this is what Dr. Chestnut goes through in the book and says, look, as human beings, we are living as though we are in a zoo. We live artificial lives. We sit so much. We're sitting at work, we're sitting driving, we're sitting in our homes. We're not eating the foods that we are genetically designed to eat. We're eating processed foods and fast foods and sugar foods. We don't have the relationships and the people around us and the community that we're genetically designed. So in short, and then obviously we're not moving our bodies the way that we should. So in short, we're not, as a species, eating, moving and thinking in a way that we are genetically designed. And the result is a decline in health status. And we can see that year on year. Chronic disease is going up and up and up. For the first time in I think it's about 100 years that we're not going to outlive our parents, this next generation. The statistics are staggering. The second story I want to explain to you or give to you is that of a lake. If we looked at a lake and just discovered that all the fish species within that lake were getting sick, they were starting to get tumours and lumps and bumps, they were getting high blood pressure, diabetes, etc. Would we set up little fish hospitals on the side of the lake and try and find out what went wrong with the fish and try and intervene to get the fish back in the water to hopefully live a healthier life? Or would we look at the state of the lake? Would we look at the environment with which those fish are living to have a better idea of why they're getting sick? Now, it's not rocket science in that example, yet as humans, we don't do that. We're constantly looking at what is our genetic makeup doing? What's changed there? What has happened to me to make me sick? And I would contend that this is the number one thing we need to refocus on or rejig our view on. We need to start looking at our health and our vitality as a response to this artificial environment that we are putting ourselves in. The fact that we are not living as we are genetically designed to live. That has detrimental effects on our health. So, what's that got to do with chiropractic? Well, as a chiropractor, my job is to ensure that your spine, your nervous system is functioning as good as it can within this artificial world that we are living. So, if you are someone who's sitting too much and maybe not moving your body so well and you're feeling a little bit stiff and stuck, chances are your spine needs some help. So, how about getting some help? And when's the best time to do that? Well, as the saying goes, best time to plant an oak tree was probably 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. The best time to get help is now. I'd love to help. I hope this has been thought-provoking. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know. Comment down below, send me a message. I would love your feedback. Until next time,